my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
come
on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
After a big afternoon of shopping, there's nothing better than some Mexican food and a nice little drink. Come on down and enjoy a nice Mexican fiesta.
Guess what? We took everything you love about the Bloomin' Onion and created a menu you've never seen before.
Let me hear you say, Bloom that ass. Bloom that ass.
This bloomified menu starts at $13.99 and it's gonna blow your bloomin' mind.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're well out there. It's time for me to get back on the horse. And so I'm here. It's been, what, 2 weeks? Has it really been? Almost 2 weeks? That's crazy. Yeah, I got the flu, caught off my son. Everyone got it to differing degrees in this house. And some of us are still getting over it. And that's me. But I've kept as busy as I can be. You always think, oh, when you're sick, you're going to get a lot of work done. You don't. You just lie there and suffer. So that's been me for the last couple of weeks, which is fantastic timing, given that there's only 2 weeks until the launch of Fractured Mind. But I have been keeping somewhat busy as much as I can. That background photo is great, Bancroft. That is not a photo. That is a labor of love that I've been stressing over. Take vitamins. I've been taking my vitamins. I've been taking my vitamin C and my zinc. And just keeping generally healthy as much as I can. I've done a couple of shorts even, you know. not completely fall off the radar. But I have really kind of been just laying low and, keeping my head down. I haven't really been paying too much attention to anything. So if anything has happened majorly around these parts, I probably missed it. But I thought, you know what? This is the easy stream. This is the quiet one. So let's start with this one. I knew that Bancroft was definitely a compliment. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Mark. Speaking of Mark, he did snag the first, which, if I do recall, brings him up to 53 on his way. A slight little detour on the journey towards the record there, Mark. That's okay. We've got plenty of time left in the year. Jav Style is here. We have the Golden Wrench, Mr. Mo Big. So I've been seeing around out in the few chats that I have caught. Good to see. We've got Maromi here in the house. We have David Feed, all the way from Switzerland, from his cement prison in Switzerland. What is up, RJ? I apologize to RJ. Hey, screwed him around on the launch of his book, but that will be taking place tomorrow. Call sign Orion. This is I thought probably best not to do my very first stream back a launch stream. Ease into it a little bit. That will be tomorrow after the Zaid Rose show. Onions must be a staple crop in Australia, says Michael Teacher. I don't eat onions that much, but we like onions as much as the next bloke, I think. There he is. What's up, Phil? Hope you're doing well. I did catch the Creator Block. That is one show I did watch. So there. How about that? What's up, Henry? Mo says, Rod, always make sure Bancroft is full of vitamin D. We call the VB vitamin B. So, yeah, I do like to get my Bs and my Ds, stay healthy. What's up, Levi? Justice for RJ. Justice will be served. Justice will be delivered tomorrow. Yeah. We'd already pushed back the date. So, but it had to be done. Last week that was not going to happen. That was not going to happen. It was only 2 days ago. I was in bed with a migraine, and I never get migraines. Maybe like 3 times in my whole life. And it was bad. What's up, Derek? Great to see you. All right, what do we got here? So I call this Cyberpunk Dream t-shirt. And this is sort of I guess you would call this the flats. Now, obviously, with t-shirts are a little bit different. You're on a very, very, very limited color palette, so you got to think about that. The black is the substrate, aka the cotton fabric. There will be a glowing effect, and I'll have to use half tones to get that. And I'm probably going to have this color also be the glow effect on the blue neon, and then there'll be a pink neon, and I want to try and overlay that light over this, but it's all. Is there kanji on this set? I thought you might think there is, Mo. There is no kanji on this shirt. Does Ella dream of Lucent blue sheep? No, we've seen her dreams. No, there's no kanji. Look, so we've got this very sci-fi type Lucent there. We've got Noasis, which is the name of the nightclub, among other things. The name of the nightclub that we saw Alexander at. We have this Star of Ishtar, which you've all seen before. Look, a lovely Eiffel Tower here. We have these 2 interlocking fish, if anyone knows what that signifies. Ignis Veritatis, or Tatis, depending on how you pronounce it. That is Latin for the fire of truth, which I like a lot. We've got a bull. The bull has appeared somewhat prominently. It's the name of a project, Bancroft. Who are you fooling? What's the name of a project? Project Noasis? Oh, right. No, that's a different Noasis. That's Noasis. That's with an A. This is different. This is Greek. Mike Barron knows who this is. Mike Barron was talking to me about Noasis, I don't know, sometime last year, and I was like, yeah, I know. It's in my book. The fish clearly signify lesbian 69. The fish have appeared already in Painted Death for eagle-eyed readers. We've got the little secondhand books sign here, which I enjoy. These are not kanji mo. Now, this symbol down the bottom, the symbol for Pisces, has appeared. This one hasn't, but you might recognize it. There's a link to something else here. This one here I have not put in yet. So they're together, stacked, and separated by a symbol here. This is a symbol that I made, which is should be reminiscent of other symbols. And these are, in fact, because how many people we got here? The symbol on the top left. I can tell you what that is. That is not kanji. That is not Korean. That's not Japanese. That is, in fact, Sumerian cuneiform, which I don't think has ever been put into neon before. And that actually does say something. So all of you out there who are proficient in your ancient texts will know what that says. It's you know that you've got like Chinese simplified. It's a simplified version of the original way it's written. So I reckon a linguist, a very cunning linguist, would be able to decipher that. But I thought you might think that, Mo, that this is, I mean, obviously it's very, but I think cyberpunk is Japanese inspired anyway. A lot of the, it's like very Tokyo inspired and with a lot of the aesthetic, or maybe Tokyo likes that cyberpunk aesthetic. I don't know. Mo says, I understand the birthday candles with the symbol and the ancient symbol for Pink Floyd, but the others are throwing me off. They do look a bit like birthday candles, but they aren't. That is an important name in the world, in our world, and also the world of the Lucent. What was I doing before I let's put this down there so they're a bit brighter. I was just thickening up the lines here, which is a little boring. We don't need to, I mean, I can just do that on my own time. See how like I had thinner ones and I thought, no, they need to be thicker. They need to be thicker for two reasons. A, to be substantial, and B, to print. You can't have lines that are too thin on a t-shirt. You always have to be mindful. Pardon me, I'm going to be coughing and spluttering all day. Well, for the next hour. Can you explain the Illuminati symbolism? So this is actually a symbol that I came up with that is very Illuminati-esque, but it isn't actually what you would think. It's sort of a symbol for the quote-unquote good guys. It's a flaming eye in the middle of the triangle there. Normally you've got I think it's just a normal eye, maybe. But it's very important that it's the flaming eye, as we point out down here. Ignis Veritatis, the fire of truth. Through the eye, it's like it's all connected, mate. It's all connected. The eye is glowing, yes. Now I've already hinted that the eyes, and we already know the eyes are the gateway to the soul, to Noasis. Noasis is Greek. It's ancient Greek for knowledge, but kind of like sacred knowledge. So yeah. So I suppose, look, I don't know how much I'm going to get done here, but I'll tell you what I need to get done. Oh, damn it. Hold on a sec. I might need another correction layer here. I don't normally do color stuff in Clip Studio, but this isn't really color stuff. It's kind of like working backwards because everything I'm drawing right now, at least, is what's going to be printed. So you sort of have to figure out things in that way. Now, I think that means I've already noticing that I probably stuffed up here. Yeah, I have. I think these are going to have to go behind here because they join into the wall here like that. That's all right. We have the technology to fix these things. So yeah, that's just pretty much what I've been doing. Just what's going on? Oh, right. I've just been slowly plugging away. What is happening? Why is nothing working already? No, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that line is, and it's annoying me. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. No aces stands for no aces. Bancroft's poker obsession once again shines through always. You know, I like to insert a little bit of poker into everything. Why not? So yeah, it's a lot of wires. It's a lot of, I mean, you've all seen those. Basically, I just love those. I love those photos of, Japanese streets, Japanese alleyways that they do. They're that great photography, and they've got the neon lights everywhere. And I always just thought I'd love to see a Lucent version of that. Not that there's any real connection to Japan, but I thought, it does always remind me of just the cyberpunk aesthetic. So I thought, oh, there it is, a really good opportunity to just put that on t-shirt, because the last t-shirt I did, I really did like the kind of neon-ish kind of colors. They did come out really well. So no crane, says Mo. Well, I was thinking, that's a very good point. I was thinking I hadn't drawn one in originally, but here's a perfect spot for a crane back here. So I probably will put in a crane before the end, up here somewhere. And just to let you in on it, because you're here, I don't know if you can quite make it out, but see, they're sort of like, these are going to be puddles. So all of these things that are lit up are going to reflect in the puddles, sort of broken up by where the puddles are. And Ella won't be wires in the reflection. She's going to be lit up. So it should look pretty cool. Should. We'll see how we go. But basically, I'm Cyberpunk Neon was inspired by 1950s neon light streets, like Miami. Yeah, I actually, that's a good thing. I hadn't really investigated it too much, where that whole aesthetic came from. But that makes That makes perfect sense. You know, what inspired, which came first? Why did the Japanese decide to go, why is this? All right, something's going on. Oh, it's because I don't have my friggin' things turned on. All the cables and none coming off the transformers on the power pole in the back. They kill my OCD. Well, I could have some doing that. I mean, I did her first because I wanted to get the shape. Where is it? Yeah, I just wanted to get the shape, you know, and obviously she's sort of like hanging above the street, so they would be cables coming from the street. But I'm gonna have some like thin cables right at the back here, so I could have some stuff there. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to. I definitely don't look at it too closely from a technical standpoint, because God knows I didn't. It very much is supposed to just be the kind of, you know, rule of cool going on. That's for sure. It's not even with when I do the highlight, sort of the light catching off stuff, it's going to be very, because I don't know how much I'll be able to actually do, because you have to work in Pantone, in halftone. So we'll see how much I can actually pull off on that front. It is a kind of backwards way of working, though. I've got to kind of think backwards, and when doing it, because it's very high contrast. Great design for t-shirt, says Mark. Those colors should be perfect. Yeah, I agree, and that's what I was kind of shooting for. You know, like start with just let's make a cool t-shirt first, and then sort of fit it into the world as I go. And that was a lot of fun to like figure out. All right, what the hell am I going to put on all these things? It did take a whole day to sort of figure out what I wanted to show here and make it fit and everything like that. But luckily, I've had a little bit of downtime lately, so I could manage that. Where's the strip club? I mean, you could think maybe secondhand books could be a strip club, and it's telling you to go downstairs. You know, it's sort of like that's the local strip club where all the secondhand books, quote unquote, wink wink, or the fish maybe, or the bull even. I don't know. You can use your imagination. We got Sumo in the house. He says, "What's that? I can't wear this shirt in public." It's all hidden, mysterious. Symbology. We have Jim Alaska in the house as well. What's up, Jim? Great to have you here. Been working away feverishly on this design, hoping to get it finished at the very least by the weekend. Can't spend too much time on it. Obviously, I've got other things I need to get finished. I have 2 covers I need to finish the colors of. I got to start setting up the page. I got to work on a trailer. Yeah, getting sick for 2 weeks was not a fantastic idea, but Can't be helped. If it can't be helped, it can't be helped. What's up, Rocky? Was enjoying your stream yesterday. I was the one guy who voted for manga, by the way. I like to, you know, rock the boat a little bit. I feel like you've done enough American Western stuff. But apparently I'm in the minority. Bancroft, what the? Well, you know, I knew it wouldn't win, so I guess it was kind of like a dummy vote. Wouldn't have guessed it. Well, it is also sort of a protest vote because you have been snubbing Mark and I for the whatever Spider-Man #1. You know, so I felt like I could just throw my vote away. Romy putting the link into Vatican City over at darkhorse.com. I didn't know you could get it there. There you go. I still haven't read issue 2. I've just been not focused on anything. But I think I'll probably wait until the 3rd one, just from what I'm hearing, that, you know, they might go well together as one thing. So that's probably what I'm going to do. The monkeypox has officially infested Beckcross's mind. Snubbing, yes, snubbing. Let's call a spade here. I mean, look, it's not my job to know how you would do a cover like that, being that it's completely painted. It's just my job to complain until you do it. Mine and Mark's. Next, we'll be offering an Ella pillow on the fractured butt. No, there'll be no Ella pillows. Not yet. I did like that Alita Battle Angel book that you showed, though. I thought that was pretty cool. I watched that movie. I thought it was okay. I felt like I was probably missing something. They might have lent a bit heavily on knowing the character beforehand. I thought it was a pretty cool movie. Notwithstanding, it was okay. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, I say that I don't really remember much about it, other than I thought the effects on the body were cool. I couldn't get over her 150% scaled eyes. Yeah, but isn't that sort of that they were going off the you know, they wanted it to look like the comic. I mean, that's the only You know, that's the reason I'm taking from it. They were making her look Menger style. Exactly, Sumo. And on that front, I guess they succeeded. Another movie I think I need to watch, which I haven't watched yet, is Speed Racer. Because I think the Wachowskis did that. Although I don't know what era Wachowskis it is. I don't know if it was the Wachowski brothers or the Wachowski sisters at that point. Because I'm a huge fan of the Wachowski brothers. But, I mean, the one that I've watched was the friggin' fourth Matrix, which was an abomination. But I used to watch that show when I was a kid, and I liked it. And everyone's saying it's a really good movie, but I just never got around to watching it. I couldn't watch Speed Racer due to the cool beans line in the trailer. Plus, it's weebish. It is weebish, but is it, you know, is it like too far gone? I don't know. People say it's a good movie. Derek says he likes it. I don't remember the trailer at all. I don't remember the story. I mean, I don't know if there is a story. It's just people who race cars. They were still bros at that time, I think. All right. Speaking of Banger and Cyberpunk, have I watched Bubblegum Crisis? I highly recommend it. I have not. I don't know what that is. Jav. That's an anime, I'm going to guess. I have not watched that. What's up, Amanda? Aquamarine Dragon, can you redraw 1,500 video game characters as musical instruments, but there's two catch. One instrument pass OC doubles. No, I can't do any of that. I can't do any of that. The answer is no. A strict deadline here. We have a timeline. Needs to be kept. Thank you for being here. Is Rocky ready for the Cheers cheese law? Yeah, we did want to say it on his channel. But how long are we into the stream here? 30 minutes. We're fine, I think. So, yeah. Forever, there was a brand of cheese here. And it was cheese that was grown originally from a place, I don't think these are far enough apart, damn it, called Coonabarabran. That was the name of the town, Coonabarabran. And I think it was named after a person, the town was, or something. I don't know exactly how the ins and outs of it, but they didn't want to call it Coonabarabran cheese because that's, you know, a bit long-winded. So they just shortened it to coon cheese. And that's what it was forever. You know, probably 100 years. There were ads and everything for it. But what happens is the internet, and then, you know, the world shrinks, and that was never a slur here. Like, you never heard anyone say that as an insult to anyone. Is this like Darky toothpaste? I don't know about Darky toothpaste. I think Darky probably was used in a derogatory way here, but Coon never was. But, you know, the internet being the internet, eventually they crumbled under the pressure. And we no longer have Coon cheese. It's now Cheers cheese, which I've never bought, and I actually don't even remember seeing it anywhere. So maybe they just should have stuck with what they had. And not that either, alas. That's I almost said it there. You tricked me with my foggy mind. Not that, Jim Alaska, no. Do Aboriginals call themselves black? Yes. Aboriginals call themselves blackfellas. And they call white people white fellas. So that's like, this is black fella stuff, you know? Or that's white fella stuff. Why not just add a T in the end? I don't know. Either way, the internet changed a lot. They call each other Rama Rama if they snip petrol. Well, they have special petrol up there now that you can't sniff. So yeah, there's that going on. Because they don't want the Rama Rama. Do Aboriginals call themselves African Australians? No. Aboriginals are only African in the same sense that we're all African. I think they can trace their lineage on the continent back minimum 60,000 years or so. Something like that. So, yeah. And it's still kind of a mystery as to how they got here. Because I don't think it was early enough. They thought that's why they thought, like, I may have been here for a couple 100,000 years, so they could have just walked over. But I don't know if that was the case. At least I don't know if there's evidence for that. Do you remember the "Don't Sniff Petrol" song the government had to pay for? Yeah, that's the one they're talking about, the Rama Rama. You're not deadly. You're da da da. Deadly is an Aboriginal word for, like, I guess it's kind of like cool. Oh, that's deadly, you know. They have their own slang. Island hopping, yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess I don't really know the situation 60,000 years ago, what was going on up north. But actually, the Aboriginals are the closest genetically to South Americans, I believe. And I think the group that came here actually, one split off and went north and became Chinese, and the other group, you know, went south and populated Oceania. Classic. Yeah. They played, a lot of channels are playing that song now. Gonna get caught like the boy Osama. Yeah. Oceania was always at war with East Asia. Maybe. I'm not sure about that. Do they have coon cheese flavored Golden Gate? Could you imagine? It's the combo you've all been waiting for. I mean, they've tried. It's amazing. They've because Golden Gate Times. I think we sort of undersold it a little bit yesterday. Golden Gate Times are an Australian classic. Like, I don't know if it's up there with Vegemite in terms of fame, but there's certain food here that are just sort of ubiquitous with Australia. Golden Gate Time, Vegemite, Milo, Wheat Bix, Shapes, Lamingtons, all sorts of stuff. And because it's so popular and it's so good, they try to, introduce new flavors, and they all suck. They try to introduce new things. I remember I got a Golden Gate Time Easter egg. It was inedible. It was disgusting. I was so excited to get it too. I got it on stream and I bit into it and it just tasted like chemicals. So they try to milk it, but you just can't mix with the classics. Tim Tams, another one as well. RJ is correct. His book is launching tomorrow over on Fund My Comic. We will be here to give him the launch that he finally deserves. It's been pushed back and back and back. But we will be doing it, even if I'm still a bit groggy. Sumo Thori gets 5 memberships. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do. I feel like I haven't streamed in so long.
You little ripper!
Thank you very much, Sumo. Aviator Surge, Valley Law, Serious Cat, Mark Burtonshaw, and Creators Outlet, all beloved people in the chat, all receiving new memberships, courtesy of Sumo Thoro. Thank you, Sumo. You little rapper. Yeah, they're all gross. Just stick with. I'm the same with Tim Tam too. I don't want any double friggin' caramel triple chop crap. Just give me a Tim Tam, the original. The original and the best. What's up, Collision Bomb? I've done literally nothing this whole time. You see why this is taking me so long. Kind of working at a snail's pace here. An Aboriginal Tim. That might work. They just brought. They're trying to introduce. We had the new. Well, not new. They re-elected the Albanese government, who are very progressive. One might even call them socialist, maybe. Anyway, someone wants to introduce an $85,000 payment, I guess it's kind of like a reparations for the stolen generation. The stolen generation were people who were taken by the government by force. I think, don't ask me the dates, at some point in the 20th century, in the early 20th century, maybe even up until the 60s. Because, in typical colonist style, they're like, your kids live in squalor and they're all being abused. We're going to take them out of that and give them an education and, a better life, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the Aboriginals didn't like that. So there was a big apology thing that went down about 15 years ago. And anyway, yeah. So now they want to give essentially 85 grand reparations, which I don't know if you know anything about what's going on. over the last at least 40 years. I mean, the untold billions and billions and just enormous amounts of money that have been put into the Aboriginal community, and hasn't seen much of a change. So it'll be, yeah, it'll be something. That's insane, says Dean. We already voted a hard no on this sort of crap. Yeah, well, elections matter, you know. I keep telling people, but they don't seem to want to listen. Elections have consequences. And as someone pointed out, you know, there's a good, I don't know what the number is, but I think it's about somewhere between 20 to 40% of white Australians are direct descendants from convicts. And convicts, and doesn't mean like you were a full-on criminal. You could have just been behind on taxes or, you know, stolen something very trivial to be able to feed your family. And then you're put on a boat and shipped to the other side of the world and told to pretty much fend for yourself. I mean, that's pretty close to, it's not quite the same, but it's pretty close. And you have to, like, you know, serve time and work off your debt to society or whatever. It's like halfway to slavery. It's like halfway to the transatlantic slave trade. So that's I don't know what number it is. Let's say it's conservatively 20% of white Australians are directly descended from people who were rounded up, put on ships, and sent here by force, and then put into camps and prisons and indentured servitude when they arrived here. I mean, there's an argument to be made. There's an argument for reparations to be made, you know, which I'm not saying there should be, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going to give them to one, the pie man only stole pie, and look how he ended up. That's all you needed to steal. Dean says, my great-great-grandparents stole a loaf of bread and a mug. Yep, and on the boat they come. I don't think I am. I think I'm descended from wealthy Bancroft Jews. I only say that because we know where they're buried, and they're buried at the top of a cemetery, like at the very top on the hill, which is like a really important place to be buried. And then the Armstrongs, that side of the family, that's the side that goes back all the way to William the Conqueror. So, you know, I don't know if we were criminals. Bancroft, Jewcroft. We only just found this out, you know. Not, I don't know about only, but they weren't buried on a hill. Their foreheads formed on a hill. There were two Bancrofts in Brisbane, two Bancroft lineages. There were the aristocrat doctors, and that's how they had Bancroft House and everything. I think there's a bit of a visual similarity between them and us, but we're told no, that's not us. We're the Jewish Bancrofts, who were also apparently well-to-do. So yeah, my father's mother was Jewish, which I think technically makes him Jewish by blood, but he wasn't raised Jewish at all. The Great Fart. It's like what's it called? The Christmas, is it Christmas Island? Easter Island heads. They just thought it was the top, but no, they go all the way. The forehead goes all the way down. I've achieved almost nothing, but at least I've streamed again, so, you know, past that. I will finish this off. Hopefully, finish off all of this stuff that I need to draw in. I will get a crane in there, Mark. I'll try and get some more wires connecting to the transformer there. And yeah, Mount Forest, Australia. I will go there one day and see my ancestors. Maybe. I got to ask apparently my uncle knows where it all is. He did all the research. Okay, I think that's going to be it. I do have to go to work at some point, unfortunately, but it is Friday here, so it's not too bad. Just one more day. I think you can fit in the cover of Web of Spider-Man 1 also. On here somewhere? Just sneak it in somewhere? Or I can just fit it in and redo it. That's your thing, Rocky. That's not my thing. I won't be doing that. All right, everybody. Now, believe it or not... Hang on a sec. Believe it or not, I'm finding it hard to believe. I'm just sort of ignoring it. 15 days. I'm going to send out an email tomorrow. 2-week countdown. Let everyone know that this is coming. As much as I have, I'll put that out there. I'm still figuring out what I want to do with the discount, exactly how much it's going to be, but it'll definitely be worth your while. So make sure you are signed up. Setting up Creative Block tonight over on Phil's. The topic will be context and subtext. Oh, I do love a little bit of that. So make sure you sub to Phil's. Go check that out later on tonight. I'll be in the chat probably. And yeah, it's good to be back. It's going to be a struggle. I'm still not 100%, but I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. We're going to be launching Call Sign Orion. Finally. It will be happening. All right. That's it from me. I'll see you guys. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.